Hello, this is Danny Raymond, the voice behind Ray's Guide. With the presumably final waves of tickets for Citizencon being released at either purchased or not, we can return to the event itself. Speaking personally, I finally, in the sixth batch, managed to get one of the premium experience tickets into my shopping cart, but could not click the buy button before they were sold out. So now I'm stuck in this weird position where I don't want to clear out the item because presumably I would have a head start if more premium tickets were added in the future, but until I do remove it, I can't buy anything else because I have a sold-out item in my basket. Anyway, this whole button-mashing lottery system is a crap store, and if they want to do it in the future, just go ahead and make it a real lottery. Have people put their names into a pool of interested purchasers, and then either randomly or based on some justifiable criteria, pull names and give winners a certificate to upgrade their ticket. In fact, they should consider just doing that with the capital ship sales too. But turning now to the event itself, what am I wanting and expecting from it? And frankly, my wants are pretty easily met. Just getting a chance to personally meet with the staff from CIG and supporters of the channel would make it money and time well spent. And just calling the whole thing a promotional expense on taxes. CIG, on the other hand, has a much bigger goal than just being able to justify a tax deduction. And chief among those would be regaining the spotlight just 7 weeks after the release of Starfield. And 7 weeks is just about the right time for stealing back the spotlight. Serious gamers will have already completed and published walkthrough videos of the main storyline, and whatever annoying deficiencies have been found will have been around long enough to be really annoying, but not around long enough to be solved. So I'm going to engage in a little thought experiment about what would I do in CIG's place about how they could steal the space game spotlight at the upcoming Citizencon. Now, I know many of you are going to say, well, Starfield and Star Citizen are completely different games with completely different audiences. Yeah, but the Spotlight doesn't care about any of that. It's just the Spotlight. A month ago, I made what I described as a bold prediction that CIG would be making a big announcement about the release of Squadron 42. Now it seems like everybody is accepting that as a presumption. Well, at least I'll always have been on the cutting edge, so presume that there will be a mostly Squadron 42 day and a mostly Persistent Universe day. So let's talk about the Squadron day, and of course there will be plenty of technical presentations, but with the original vertical slice being over 5 years ago, another canned slideshow is mostly going to be a reminder that, well, it's been 5 years of mostly silence. So the real feature should be that there would be a room with a bunch of PCs already loaded with the current state of Chapter 1. Attendees go in, spend, say, 15 minutes playing the start of Chapter 1, the goal being that they come out shouting, "It's alive! It's alive!" Then, despite my prior prediction, don't announce a release date for Squadron 42. So many release dates have been promised and implied and then gone by that simply giving a release date will likely create more mockery than excitement. Instead, announce the release process. What is going to happen in what sequence? What is left to be feature complete, when you plan on bringing outside testers under NDA, when particular pre-release advertising and promotions will be happening, etc. Then, when these things happen, people will feel assured that release is happening more than simply a specific date. And then end the trailer with a walk-on by some of the key cast members, cost and availability allowing. On the Persistent Universe Day, a similar process is important. We've had concept art, slideshows, recorded demonstrations, etc. of Pyro. Instead, set up a server with the actual planets of Pyro, which since server meshing is pushed out 4.0 so long, I am presuming that the actual planetary content is complete and already has been for a while. It doesn't have to be a mesh server because it's going to be just Pyro. Nobody's going to be interested in spending their 15 minutes in Stanton if Pyro is available, right? So you get a steady stream of people coming out and posting, "I've just played in Pyro and it was..." whatever. Then, in the end of the event, have a good old-fashioned Star Citizen keynote with a live, not recorded, demonstration. Red team versus blue team, and some sort of scenario around one of the planets of Pyro. But, for a twist, have the red and blue teams not just be in the convention center, but across the world. Devs in Frankfurt, Toronto, Manchester, etc., to emphasize that this really is live and really running on the real infrastructure. And then the second twist, when the event gets close to the end, I arrive in my C2. Why me? Well, this is my idea of a perfect Citizencon, so yes, it's me. But my C2 isn't empty. Inside are all the most popular Star Citizen streamers, each in their own Mirai Fury. You know the folks I'm talking about. And Chris announces them one by one, and they launch out of the C2, and of course, streaming on their channels because, well, how could you stop them? And after driving off the remaining devs, they are cleared to land on the planet. And so the first public images of actual players on an actual planet in Pyro happen simultaneously across a dozen streams and a giant hall of convention center fans cheering, and the major contributors at CIG all joining Chris on stage. And that, my friends, is how you steal the spotlight. That is my dream of a perfect Citizencon. But I've also been having real dreams about Citizencon, and just like the last contest, I'm going to use one of them as the launching point for a skill contest. In this dream, I am at Citizencon, except rather than announcing Squadron or 4.0, they announced that in order to really get the flight model right, they are now working with actual full-size drone versions of the spacecraft operating in huge facilities like sport arenas and convention centers, and funded by live audience ticket sales in what they were calling Arena Commander. And because of problems in the blockchain space, Crypto.com was economizing, and the naming rights of Crypto.com Arena had become available, and it was now going to be called Arena Commander Arena. And because of my architecture and facilities management background, they wanted me to coordinate it, and I would have the title Arena Commander. But the cost of the tickets weren't covering the expenses of the ship, so CIG had done deals with Amazon to offset the AWS bills in exchange for package deliveries, and with Stizzy for drug delivery missions. And so the roof was open, and the spaceships were flying out, and I said, "This is crazy. I'm the Arena Commander, so I say this has to stop." And then I heard from behind me a voice saying that I should have always understood that I could be overridden by the Arena Commander commanders. And that's when I woke up. Now, in my prior contest, I said I didn't want it to be a contest of video editing skills. And this time, it is a contest of video editing skills for all of you machinima makers. In this video, I've been running a bunch of clips of the LA Convention Center, each of them 30 seconds long, and they are your source material. The contest is to take one of them, or bits of several of them, no more than 30 seconds total, and add to them the theme of Star Citizen coming to Los Angeles. Add ships, spacesuits, vehicles, adverts, sound effects, dialogue, whatever, but be sure that you have full rights to whatever it is you add. Your submission can be a full motion video, a single frame, a collage of frames, whatever helps you tell the story. But, again, no more than 30 seconds total, and it must still be clearly built with these video clips as the starting point. Video should be posted on YouTube and a link dropped into the appropriate section of my Discord. Judging will again be done by my channel members. I will need rights only as much as needed for running the contest. So if, for example, CIG wants to have a similar contest, you have the right to enter it as well. Oh, and the top prize is a 32-button Elgato Stream Deck XL, a fantastic tool for content creation. And the contest entry deadline will be August 1st. And then to get to my ongoing contest, we have the 10, now 12,000 subscriber, thank you for the LTI Hull C, the colossal cargo container carrying craft, to be given away when the C goes live, now confirmed for 3.20, and then the big annual ship giveaway for the winner's choice of the Galaxy Complete, the massive modular mining moving medical machine, or the brand new big box bargain bazaar known as the Merchantman. One entry per video. Members, you're entered automatically. Everybody else, just be a subscriber and comment with the secret word. And the secret word for this video is the job title I had in my dream. Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the verse. This is Daniel Raymond for Ray's Guide.